Meta power. Quick, transform. You were born to radiate, not to strain. Are you glowing yet? Or are you still wet and sluggish, dragging your destiny behind you like a bad haircut? Let's review. We have 5 points to cover. First, you were conceived to be luminous creatures of light, casting futures ahead of time. Number 2, illuminating the frame successfully requires concentration, not effort. Number 3, if the muscles are strained, the inner intention center has been triggered. Number 4, follow the illumination in a calm, relaxed manner. And number 5, this principle, do not force reality. Allow it to be. So why are you still trying to force things? Allow reality to carry out your assignment. Don't forget, you're just illuminating the frame. It materializes by itself. Very little is actually required of you. Compose reality and stand aside like a third-party observer. Don't interrupt or get in the way. It is customary for you to think that all you have to do is apply some effort and the future will yield, but this requires a different approach. Physical strength, like willpower, only works within the reality of the current frame. You can fight the manifested reality with all your stupid strength as much as you like, but it won't work with the forthcoming reality. This requires something else. Physical strength and willpower only work on what already exists. Try to push the future and you'll just exhaust yourself. Want to shift what hasn't manifested yet? Then drop the dumbbell. You, my little maniacs, must understand, just as I must explain, that there is a flip side to power. Meta power. It is, in a sense, the opposite of force. Not weakness or apathy, but the power which acts from the other side of reality. Meta power is not weakness, it's non-physical leverage. It doesn't push, it selects, it guides, it reshapes reality from the other side, the mirror side. You're used to thinking reality is out there, solid, touchable, brute, forcible. But the truth is, the world you see is the reflection. The true cause lies behind the glass. For ease of understanding, take a look in a mirror. From the side where you're standing, everything is material and can be touched. On the other side, in the reflection, everything is intangible but equally as real. If there is an object, then there will be a reflection. Is the object real? Then the reflection must be real too. I'm explaining this to you so that you will understand that it's not only the things that can be touched that are real. The reality mirror works in reverse. What's normally the image becomes the reflection, and what's usually the reflection becomes the source. What you see and touch, the physical world, is just the reflection. The real image exists on the other side in the dream space, the archive of all possible frames. On the front side of the mirror, matter, movement, effort. On the back side, image, attention, direction. The material world is just the echo of what's stored in the film roll behind the glass. You don't change the reflection by smacking the mirror. You change the image that's being reflected. That's meta power. Physical reality is just one frame moving along a film roll. The film roll, the archive, comes first. The frame you experience is only its reflection. On the other side, in that archive, multiple versions of the future already exist. Think about it. If the future exists on the other side of the reality mirror, can you really influence it by using brute force, which only works on this side? No chance. You could exhaust yourself trying and it still wouldn't work. But can you influence it another way? Yes, absolutely. To create the future you want without burning out, you have to act from the other side of the mirror by the rules of the reality mirror and not the usual physical ones. So how do you access that side? I have not mentioned it before, but you have in fact been there already. When you wake up, you step out of the script and slip into the world behind the mirror. You can't see this shift because the mirror's surface isn't a solid wall. It's a subtle, invisible boundary between the reflection and the original image. Every time you wake up and remember, I see myself, I see reality, your attention slips through the mirror. Both sides of the mirror look the same, but one is physical and the other is non-material. On the front side is your physical mannequin. On the other side is your virtual one. When you wake up, your attention shifts into that virtual mannequin, crossing the mirror's invisible boundary. That's all it takes. Not your body, just your awareness. You are your attention. Where it goes, power flows. It's not your body that moves, it's your attention. And that's enough because you are your attention. Your virtual and physical bodies move together, but where you focus your attention determines your freedom. If you're locked on the physical frame, you're stuck in the script. But if your attention shifts to the other side, the image frame, you become free to move both yourself and the future. To propel yourself means to move with self-awareness, to act from your own will. Inside the frame, you use your body and physical effort, but to move reality, you don't push. You direct it using your attention, intention, and meta power. On the physical side, you use your hands and feet. On the mirror side, you use your attention, intention, and plate. That's your toolkit now. Stop trying to grab life by the throat. Start directing it from behind the glass. Still wondering how to use meta power? You don't. You grow it. You tune it. You transmit through it. The method of illumination is more than just an exercise. It's training. Every repetition builds your subtle muscle. You'll understand meta power through direct experience, just like you learn physical force by using your body. You have to feel it to know it. The plate is your tool for this. Every time you use the frame illumination method, you're not just shaping reality, you're building your meta power. You're not here to daydream, you're here to compose. Reality responds when you stop interrupting it. Now let's repeat the formula. First, catch the trigger. Then, wake up. I see myself, I see reality. Activate the plate with calm focus. Project the desired frame from behind. Don't interfere, don't force, just illuminate. Then walk away like it's done. You don't push the river. You don't illuminate the direction. You let the stream respond. Next, I'll describe in more detail the rules and principles of the world beyond the mere glass. You will suss it all out and eventually fathom it all. For now, don't forget to carry out the method more often. You will tolerate my despotism. You will glow. Do you want to compose your own life? Of course you do, unless you're planning a charming little rebellion. You'd rather stay trapped in your moldy frog body? Fine, I'll turn your consciousness into a sock puppet and direct your fate myself. Otherwise, do the damn method. Wake up, activate the plate, compose the frame, repeat, repeat, repeat. And one day, quietly, you'll notice something strange. Reality obeys.